Shoshana, welcome back.
Thank you, my friend.
Look at you. Now you're like, you've done this before.
I have. I feel at home.
It's like one of your homes.
That's right.
Broadway is a very important home for you.
Yes, it is.
And I know it means a lot for you to be in like the most nominated musical of the, I mean, you're in Hell's Kitchen. It's like the big show of this year's Tonys.
That's crazy.
And you never know how a show's going to land.
No.
But what's it been like getting it up on its feet? And from everything I've heard and the way everyone's talking about the show, it's really blossomed on Broadway.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
audiences are filling the Schubert Theater and
Yeah.
beautiful theater too.
Yes.
What's it been like getting on the Schubert Theater and telling this story and singing these songs?
Oh, it's been a really amazing process to watch because normally, you know, in my experience, things transfer from off Broadway to Broadway and they lose something. Things I've seen off Broadway and then I see them again on Broadway and I'm like, they lost some of that intimacy or some of that like simple magic, and then it gets bigger and you lose something. And I was worried about that with our show, but I think two things. One, enough little changes were made that added up to make a really big difference.
Yeah.
And two, I feel like our show always needed a huge space.
Yeah.
Somewhere in tech, I was watching one of the numbers and I was like, oh my God, our show got better. Our show got better and bigger and better.
Yeah.
And bigger doesn't always necessarily mean better for
Yeah.
me in my experience. And I just was blown away, and it feels better. It feels better to do every night.
Yeah.
It feels more cohesive. I feel like as singular characters and as characters who interact, we just have more meat on the bones, and it feels really great. And I thought we were really making something special when we were teching and previewing, and I'm glad that people agree. I'd be happy either way because I'm having fun every night, but it is nice to know that people agree.
Sure. I feel like, from what I know about young Shoshana, you maybe wanted to be two different things.
Yeah.
Maybe like Alicia Keys and Fanny Bryce.
Yeah. Can you imagine that hybrid? It's kind of me.
It's so fabulous that you somehow landed this beautiful blend of these things. It's amazing when I really think about you, even when you were just doing more classic Broadway things, and then you were making music on the side more like this. So it must feel like a dream.
It is. You had to, you and I have been here the same amount of time. And when I started out, like, they really kept the worlds very separate. It's taken decades for us to really like collaborate in that way. And so I've always felt like I've been straddling two worlds and have had to keep them separate. And this is the first time that I've actually been able to feel like I'm doing both. And it's lightning in a bottle for me. I'm so grateful to do it every night. I can't tell you.
What about going to the Tonys? Excited? June 16th?
Of course.
You always thought
Broadway
the fashion.
prom. Oh, I love the fashion part, but I just, everything around award season in general, I learned the first time is really just about seeing friends and kikiing. Yes, it's about fun outfits, but it's about kikiing and celebrating. I can't believe I said kikiing. I don't say that. It's about getting together and celebrating, and the last time I did it was a challenging season because we were still coming out of COVID, so we still couldn't truly celebrate together and slobber all over each other, and there were parties and a lot was different. So I'm excited to do it again this time where we can.
So when you see like Malia, it's her first time. You're kind of like, let me tell you about Broadway.
No, I try to be a hybrid of like, let me warn you what's coming, and also like let her experience it with fresh eyes. And I remember who I learned from, which is like the Harveys and the Marissas and the Adinas, and they didn't have to tell me much. I just watched them, and I like to talk a lot, and I like to protect and warn and mother a lot, and I've really I've stopped myself a lot because I want her to do this and experience it without stuff on it, because her experience could be totally different. And she's very present and aware and a very wise young soul. So.
And her haircut's fabulous.
Doesn't she look amazing?
So
Did you tell her that? I hope you told her that.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I love it.
Good.
That was mothering. The way
Yes,
you said, I hope you told her.
I hope you told her. Yes, she looks amazing.
Thank you, honey.